Hello and welcome to Andy's Cornish Creations. My name's Andy Paramore, and in this video we're going to be turning a Christmas tree and a snowman for the Christmas season. Here I've got a block of pine wood about 8 inches long and about 3 inches square, and I've just turned it to round, and I'm using a sort of a templated trial tree that I had to mark out the general dimensions. I've cut a rebate on the bottom so that it can fit into the chuck, and then just put those marks on a bit better. And here I'm making a sort of a cone shape where the tree narrows at the top, and I'm angling my tool rest and using it as a guide to keep that cone nice and even. That's where the trunk is going, and the base, and here I'm just marking out the branches, and they're about 20mm or 3/4 of an inch apart. And there I'm using a skew chisel just to get a nice sharp edge on the bottom edge of the branches. And here with a 3/8 inch spindle gouge I'm creating the branches, but I get a nasty little catch there, and I have to reduce the size of the branches slightly, the diameter there. But it's not a problem, I just finish up a little bit narrower than it. Using the spindle gouge there, and now the parting tool again, just to get a nice fresh edge on the bottom of those branches. And then back to the what's a slightly more sharpened at the tip parting tool, just so I can get tighter into the underside of those branches, and then form the I like to make a nice bulbous trunk on the bottom of these trees. They're only very stylistic, they're not meant to be realistic. And just rounding off the corners on the edge of those branches so there's no sharp edges to catch on. And there I'm just marking, I've got a ball finial on the top of this, on top of my practice tree, and I've just marked it up on the top there. And now I'm sanding from 120 grit down to 400. I'm doing the bulk of the sanding here, just while it's nice and solid between centres, and I can apply a bit of pressure and do the sanding, and it's not going to move at all. So get down to 400, and then probably put some sanding sealer on, and but that's later on. So I'm in close here, and this is where the ball finial is going to go. So I'm just going there up to the bottom of where the ball is, again with that 3/8 inch slightly sharpened to a point spindle gouge. It just gets in nice and tight into sort of small spaces. I'm rounding off the ball there. And the top of the ball is going to be a little spike. Unfortunately, the camera goes a bit out of focus here. It's focusing on the chippings underneath the underneath the tree instead of on the tree itself. But you can get the general idea. Finish off the branch nice and even up to the ball finial, and I'm using the edge of the gouge like a slicing action that gives me a better finish on the wood, so there's less sanding to do. Nice gentle cuts, because it's getting quite fragile now, and it's not a piece of hardwood. It's only pine, so you have to be a little bit careful. It's a very sort of grainy wood, and it's a bit prone to breaking if you get too carried away. A little gentle reminder there, if anybody hasn't subscribed yet, it doesn't cost anything, and it lets you see all the other videos that I've got on my channel, and there are quite a few now, so plenty of stuff out there to go and re-watch or watch for the first time if you haven't seen them. And they're just going in very gently until that waste piece pops off, and then just finish off the top to a nice point. So tool rest out of the way, and sand. This didn't need much sanding, and there I'll put some sanding sealer on, and now I'm putting some abrasive paste and some wood wax on there, and give it a little polish. And whilst it doesn't come up to a mirror kind of shine, it gets a nice sheen to it. And then I'll just use my thin parting tool and part off the bottom, undercutting the base slightly so that it sits nicely on the ground. And now on to the Snowman. Nice little chap this. And I start off with a block of pine about 4 inches long, 3 inches square, and I'm just marking the ends, the centre of the ends, just roughly using a finger, and there I'll be putting it between centres. Bring up the tailstock, and bring up the tool rest. Just make sure I've got clearance. Spin it round by hand just to check it, and then I can start it up. I'll be running it round about 1200 revs. And this one I'm just turning it to round, and I'm using the 3/8 inch spindle gouge again. It's only a small piece, so it doesn't take very long. And again, I've done a little a sort of a practice piece just to get the general shape that I want. So I'll be copying that with this finished piece. So just turn it to round, and then use that practice piece just to mark out the base, the tenon, and then where the top of the body goes. And then there I'm marking round about the middle of the body, because that's the point that I don't need to go in. It'll stay roughly that diameter. So here, that's the bottom of the base, where I'll be putting a tenon on there so it'll fit into the chuck, and I'm using the parting tool for this, and then top of the base, and then just using my 3/8 spindle gouge again to roughly create the shape. And up at the top there I'm just creating what will be in effect the scarf around the snowman's neck. Mark the centre again just to get an idea of where I'm working from, and then take the top of the base, round off the top of the base, and then round off the bottom of the base, and just fine tune the scarf. I'm using a little pointed scraper there just to get into that awkward space. And that's a tenon on the bottom, so it'll I can put it into the chuck, and then I can work on the top of the bottom half of the snowman, and that's just creating a little hollow for the head to sit in. Sandpaper from 120 grit up to 400. Sanding sealer, because this one's quite an open grain on this one, and it needs the sanding sealer to harden those fibres, and then sand from 140 to 400, and then use abrasive paste, and then wood wax, and again it gives it a nice shine, even though it's just a piece of pine. And then back with the parting tool, thin parting tool, and just undercut the base slightly and part it off. And then it'll sit down on the bench nice and solid. Subtle reminder there to like, giving it that thumbs up. Here's the head, and it's a piece about 4 inches long and about 2 inches in diameter. Again, a piece of pine, and there I'm marking the different parts of the head. So this is the top and bottom of the rim of the hat. There I'm using the calipers just to mark the diameter of the top of the hat, and I'll turn it down using a 3/8 inch spindle gouge, so that the hat's slightly narrower down at the brim. Reduce the brim size slightly, and then use the skew chisel to get a nice sharp edge on that brim, and also use the skew to get into that awkward little space there. And then spindle gouge, create the shape of the head, and the skew chisel giving a nice sharp edge on that top of the hat where the end grain is. And then I'm creating a little band around the hat, and the same abrasive paste and wood wax on this after sanding, and using the skew chisel just to part it off whilst keeping it fairly round. Just sand the bottom of that, taking that little nub off the bottom, and that's ready to go. You can see there how they fit together, but there's a little trick to this, because I've got to get them to hold together. Now I'm not going to stick them together, but you can see that what happens with that in a few minutes. Here I'm making the carrot nose. It's just a piece of pine dowel, about 1/2 inch, and I'm just creating a little carrot shape, and then using a 5mm spanner. If you don't know what that is, it's you can look it up on one of my videos. It's a neat little trick that leaves a 5mm dowel at the bottom, and then when you fix it into the head, you just drill a 5mm hole, and you know that it's going to fit nice and snug. Give it a bit of colour with a Sharpie. Here I'm drilling out where the bottom of the head and the body, and I'm putting 2 rare earth magnets in with super glue, and the idea is that the head holds onto the body with the magnets. Here I'm marking off where the eyes and nose are going to go, and 5mm holes, and here's some little plastic safety eyes, and the nose that I made earlier fits nice and snug into that hole. It works every time with the spanner trick. And that's a little hole punch that I use. drill the holes again and use those little plastic eyes for sort of coal buttons that you put on the Snowman when you're making one. And then the top, the head, just pops on there, and you can turn the head around and put it at slightly different angles if you like. But it's well, I hope you like that one. If you did, give it that thumbs up and share and subscribe if you can. If you haven't already subscribed, and to all my subscribers, thank you for continuing to support me. And please leave a comment. I really do enjoy getting the comments and reading them. Right, if you stick around to the end, I'll throw a few sizes at you to help you out if you're going to try and make these. So carry on watching if you want to hear the sizes of the tree and the Snowman. So the tree finishes up just 7 1/4 inches high and 2 3/4 inches wide, and it's about 1.5 inches to the first branch, and the branches are roughly about 3/4 of an inch or 20 mil apart, and the little finial at the top is about 3/4 of an inch or about 20 mil. And yeah, so that's nice and simple. And the Snowman, the body finishes up at 3 inches tall and 2 3/4 inches in diameter at its widest point. The base is about 2 1/4 inches in diameter, and the base is about 1/2 inch tall, and the head is in total about 3 inches, and in width about 1 3/4 inches. The head is about the same width as the brim of the hat, and the top of the hat is about 1 1/4 inches in diameter. The little eyes and buttons are 6mm plastic safety eyes, and the nose is about 1/2 inch long and about 1/4 inch in width at its base, and a 5mm tenon using the little spanner. And the little rare earth magnets, well, they're only small ones, or they're 10mm ones, so it's about what's that, about 3/8. But you can put in whatever size you can get. I wouldn't go any smaller, but you could go a little bit bigger if you wanted to. And yeah, that's about it really. The total height of the Snowman is 6 1/4 inches. Well, thanks for sticking with me till the end, and hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again on the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.